Hi friends, welcome to nishasfoodhut. Today we are going to see our tips. Please don't skip the video. Towards the end of the video, I'm going to teach you an easy instant recipe. Here you go. The first tip is, if we are having the leftover rice that is to be hot, for that we need not use a kadai and keep stirring for the rice to get hot. Instead, we can use the cooker with a stand to it and cook it for in the high flame for 5 minutes. And now if you see, the rice is exactly as fresh as it was before. The second tip is, before pouring the idli batter to the idli mold, to know how to get a soft idli always, we should just wait for the idli pan with the water to boil. Only after the water boils well, we are going to place the idli plates and we are going to cook it for in medium for 7 to 8 minutes. After that, if you see, no matter how hard the batter can be turned out, the idli will be very soft. The third tip is, while the time of boiling the eggs, first let the water in the vessel get hot. After that, I'm going to add 1/4 spoon of rock salt, and to get rid of the raw smell and the infections that are around the egg, I'm just going to add 1/2 spoon of lemon juice to the water, so it keeps the egg fresh, that it has no raw smell in it. Now after the water begins to boil, I'm going to add the eggs one by one. There will be no raw smell while cooking, so this tip is very useful when you are boiling the eggs, and at the same time the eggs will not be broken if you are using lemon juice. So now we can cook the egg for 10 minutes in low flame. Our fourth tip is that, after grinding the fresh idli batter, as it is a summer time now, our idli batter gets fermented as soon as it is kept outside for a short duration of time. To avoid it, please don't add the salt that we are going to add during the grinding of the batter. Instead, we can add the salt once we need the idli or dosa to be prepared. So at that time we can add the salt. And to keep the idli batter fresh always, we can just place it on the cold water so that the fermentation process gets very slow. These are the 2 tips that you can follow to make and keep the fresh idli batter as fresh as it is. Now I have taken the boiled and cooled down milk. To keep the milk fresh and to avoid it getting contaminated, there is an easy tip that we can follow. We can add 2 cardamoms to the milk. Instead of making time for making it to boil always, instead of boiling it before and after every time, the time we need to keep it fresh, instead that you can always use a cardamom 2 or 3 and give a mix to it so that it always stays fresh. So now we are going to see our instant recipe. It definitely will save time, and I guarantee that this rasam recipe is just as tasteful as the preparation. For that, in a mixer jar, I have taken amla sized tamarind and 1 tomato. To the same, I'm going to add garlic with the skin, 10 pods, and cumin 1 spoon, the spice that we are going to add for the recipe. After cumin, we are going to add pepper 1 spoon, And now after adding these, I'm going to add curry leaves, 1 sprig or 4 to 5 leaves, some coriander leaves, 1 strand is more than enough. Now after adding all these ingredients, I'm going to add 1/4 spoon of turmeric powder, and finally the salt that is required for preparing this rasam. So this rasam can be prepared within 5 minutes of time, and it will be extremely spicy and so tasteful. Now here, after adding all these ingredients completely, grind the ingredients smooth that it doesn't have any particles left around. To the grinded paste, I'm going to add water 1 glass so that the consistency of the rasam remains smooth. Grind it once more. And now our rasam is ready to cook. So now just note the texture of the rasam paste. It is very smooth. So let this rasam be aside, and now I'm going to just season the rasam and cook it well. For that, in a pan, I'm going to add 1 spoon of oil. After the oil is hot, I'm going to add half a spoon of mustard. Let the mustard splatter well. It is very important it should splatter. And fenugreek 1 pinch to enhance the taste of the rasam. Gum asafoetida, or you can also use half spoon of asafoetida powder, 1 red chilli, and now you can just give a good mix so that the asafoetida and the red chilies fries well. And after that, I'm going to add the curry leaves, 1 sprig. That's it. We are done with the seasoning. Now here I'm going to just take the rasam paste that we have grinded, and I'm going to add to the seasoning. So if you see now, you can see how the rasam is looking so tempting. And once after adding the rasam paste to the pan, I'm going to add 2 more glasses of water to adjust the consistency. So here our rasam is ready. Many have a dilemma when to switch off the rasam. The tip which I give is, if you see on the sides of the pan it starts to boil, this time we can definitely switch off the rasam and we can add the coriander leaves. That is the perfect time to add and switch off the rasam. So our instant rasam is ready. Please do try this. It will definitely save time. It is very spicy. Stay connected to Nisha's Food Hut, and our tips and tricks are coming every week. Stay connected, subscribe. Thanks for watching.